we've said plenty about the Steelers' offense. Here's a little from Aaron Rodgers after the game regarding the missed opportunities for the home team in last night's defeat.
We had some opportunities, and either drops or pressure or just total MAs or not the right throw. I mean, we had a lot of chances. I mean, we had plays set up with missed assignments. We had opportunities, take shots with not enough time. We just didn't make the most of any of the little opportunities. Against good defense like this, you're not going to get many opportunities. When you get them, you got to make the most of them.
There's always a fine line for a quarterback to walk when things didn't go the way they should, and Aaron Rodgers has a reputation of finding ways to blame others, and that's the vibe he was creating. His body language, his facial expressions, his demeanor in game, and he's been around long enough to know that you're on camera. Anything you do is going to be captured, and that's the vibe that comes away from when he's upset. He never seems to be upset with himself. There's a difference. When you're upset with yourself, you act a certain way. When you're upset with someone else, you can sense it. There was the throw to Calvin Austin, which I don't expect a former defensive back to call it DPI. I just thought it was funny that rules analyst Russell Yerk was saying they got their feet tangled while as the video shows, the defensive back grabbing the guy's shoulder pads with the ball coming in. He's talking about their feet getting tangled. So, but after that, you could see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. I don't know if he was saying get on the red line like he did about Mike Williams last year with the Jets, but, it's never his fault. That's the vibe. I'm not making an editorial comment here about whether or not he believes it's never his fault. The objective evidence that we see when they cut to him during the games makes a reasonable person conclude he thinks it's never his fault. And it's kind of good he threw in missed throws as he was listing all the stuff that someone other than the quarterback did wrong last night. He did throw in missed throws, but there were drops. Now, see, when they showed that, okay, that looked like a bad throw, but the reaction, the message it sends is somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be, or it wouldn't have been a bad throw. Isn't that the way you take that?
It's very weird to me because, that was a play early in the game that we all watch because there's this fine line with, which Aaron Rodgers are we going to get? Because I think Pittsburgh's at their worst when we get this Aaron Rodgers. It's good coverage. Even if he makes a good throw, the guy's going to get tackled. And I watch and I go, what is he mad at? Everybody, and this was a play early in the game. They showed the all 22. Everyone was covered. So then you're like, man, somebody ran the wrong route because it's the only thing that you can possibly be mad at. I don't think he would be that mad at that throw because that throw was he's covered. I'm not going to try to throw this out route in and get it pick six. This is a throw. I'm just throwing the ball away because he's covered. So it definitely gives the vibe of maybe the outside guy expected to run a stop route or something. I don't know. And you're right, because on the Calvin Austin play that, by the way, wasn't pass interference. If you go by the way they were refereeing the game last night, they showed 2 or 3, replays of Joey Porter Jr. and he's grabbing and he's playing aggressive, which I love because they let the boys play last night. They weren't calling that many times where you put your hand on a shoulder or you grab the hip. They let them play. So I didn't think that was pass interference. But right after, he's on the sideline and he's giving one of these. He's supposed to bend that in, and that's kind of where Rodgers threw the ball. So it's difficult. And again, I always say this because I don't know the reaction of the players. It's hard to tell. In New England, you saw Tom blow up a couple times, but in New England, you knew in practice if you didn't run those routes how Tom was telling you to run it, or if you didn't see it how he saw the coverage, you knew leaving practice that he would come back and be like, hey, don't put that guy in the game. You knew that, receivers knew you had to go earn the right to be in the game with Brady. So it wasn't the Aaron Rodgers right after the play cursing, but like there was this feeling of, hey, to get on the field with greatness, you had to rise to that. And because we don't know how the offensive guys feel about those reactions, and I don't know, you see more of what is said around each week than me. I don't really remember guys saying like, yeah, we know exactly what that means. We get why he's doing that. And we haven't seen guys really come out and say, man, I hate that he does that. So it's hard to really tell the reaction of the guys when like he's so demonstrative throughout the game of how like it's hard to get a vibe for it.
Well, my guess would be players hear from family members, why is he upset all the time? What did you do to upset him? Why is it? Because the difference is, and I think back to one of the first episodes of The Office, which is available on Peacock, both in the original length and the Superfan episodes. But I think it was season 1, episode 5, basketball. They play basketball in the warehouse. And Michael Scott believes he's this great basketball player, and he's having a rough day. And at one point he says, what is wrong with me today? Right? He gives us the bad demeanor, but at least he's blaming himself. With Rodgers is, what is wrong with you today? And that's what comes away from the whole routine. And because he fancies himself as a super genius, I'm going to assume that he knows exactly what he's doing, and that Aaron Rodgers is smart enough to understand that the way he's acting on the field is going to be interpreted by people as he's upset with you. It's what is wrong with you today, not what is wrong with me today. And I'll miss that. It makes the games fun to watch. His teammates may not miss it. And you're right, there hasn't been any complaining about Aaron Rodgers, and I think part of that is Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin runs the ship in a certain way. As Aaron Rodgers said last week, there's not a lot of leaks in this boat. In New York, there may have been some chatter. With the Steelers, it all worked, obviously, until it didn't. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.